Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Wednesday. How has your week been going? I hope it's been fabulous and that it will continue to be fabulous. Um, I am thoroughly enjoying January, which isn't normal. I think for some of us, January can feel like a letdown. But after back to school, and then you've got uh, Labor Day, and then Halloween, and Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and it like rolls up tighter and tighter and faster and faster and faster, and all the chaos, and then suddenly, and at first it feels like a relief and a break, and then it can feel like a letdown. But I don't see it that way this year. I've been enjoying a little bit more peace and quiet. And January is also when stores are really focusing on clearing out their winter inventory. So this is a fantastic time of year to top off your winter wardrobe, anything that you don't have, and because the prices are continuing to fall. And I had a recent conversation with a friend of mine, and I said a few years ago, I would never have spent this much on a pair of boots, ever. Why am I okay with it now? And I was showing her, not in person, on our phones, what I had bought. And after years of stocking my wardrobe with pieces I'd found on sale, on Poshmark, on eBay. I mean, y'all know I love a good deal. Love it. It's in my blood. It feels like a sport. And but shopping that way for most of my life, why was I suddenly okay spending this much money on one item that wasn't on sale? What had changed? My budget was the same. So why was this suddenly okay? I really wasn't sure. And the question stuck with me. And I wondered suddenly if I was making a mistake. In the past, I've agonized over much smaller purchases. Do I keep it? Do I send it back? Is this right? Do I love it? Should I wait for something else? And now I had absolutely no anxiety or stress over a very significant purchase that I'd paid full price for. And that had me worried. What was something wrong with me? Going down the list of reasons I could have lost my sanity did not reveal an answer. No recent head injuries, no fever, no midlife crisis inducing changes. And I wasn't under the influence of anything except these boots. Finally, the answer came to me, and it's something I've said several times in the last year and a half or so. I am so satisfied with my wardrobe that I'm really not building it anymore. There are a few gaps, things that I want, that I would like, that would help round out my wardrobe. And I keep a list of what I'm looking for so that I can shop very strategically and avoid impulse purchases that won't build my wardrobe. But overall, I'm really happy with my wardrobe. It feels very complete, and I just don't shop much anymore, when shopping was practically a full-time job before, and a hobby, honestly. And outside of when I'm shopping for the classic wardrobe guides 4 times a year, which really I'm shopping for you, not for me, I mostly shop my closet each season. And once I'm done with the guides, I don't go looking for anything else because I don't need anything else. I don't want anything else. And as a result, I've built quite a nest egg in my budget account because I haven't been spending it. So one of the reasons was I had I have a complete wardrobe that I really love. The next reason was because I haven't been buying other stuff. I had the money for a purchase like that. But there's even more to it than that. And there's some other reasons I can tick off that made me comfortable splurging and investing in items from my wardrobe. Because more and more, when I do buy something, it's an investment piece of something that I intend to keep and wear for years and years. So before you invest in pieces in your wardrobe, make sure you have these 5 tips covered. And if you can relate to this at all, I would love to know like what changed for you and what your feelings on this are. So the very first tip that I have for you is to know your style. Buyer's remorse after investing in a piece and finding out later it's all wrong for me is a feeling I know all too well. About 6 years ago, when I was just starting to find my style again, I became obsessed. I fixated on buying the perfect, the ultimate, the forever, and the first trench coat I'd ever own. I'd never even tried one on before, but I was convinced that a trench coat would solve all of my style woes. Every outfit becomes instantly chic when you put on a trench coat, right? I mean, the French swear by it, so we trust them. After researching exhaustively and finally settling on one, I spent my birthday money and some money I'd saved from my budget to buy the one. It ticked all the boxes. It met all the requirements that I had found after researching. It was perfect for someone else. As it turns out, I don't like double-breasted coats. And that wasn't the only issue. It turned out to be a very expensive lesson when I ended up selling it for a fraction of what I paid for it, which honestly was better than hiding it in my closet and hoping it would never resurface to haunt me again. Since then, I've refined my style so much that I can tell you without a doubt whether I do or don't love something at one glance. And I can tell you exactly why. It cost me a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of mistakes to learn these lessons, which is why I created Perfectly Put Together Find Your Style course to help you figure out exactly what you love and don't love so you can learn the same things at a fraction of the cost and time. Because I know my style, I feel confident investing in an item knowing I'll wear it for years and years. And theoretically, when you invest in an item like that, the quality is good enough to last for years and years. And instead of waiting for someone else to tell me what's perfect for me, instead of researching what others say makes an item perfect or relying on the current trends to dictate what I should and shouldn't love, I make my choices based on my style and my preferences. I mean, it was good to find out what makes a quality trench coat and some things to look for in a trench coat, but then that needs to be balanced with, but what do I like? I like single-breasted. I like black. I like leather. And finding those things and those details meant that I eventually did get the perfect for me trench coat, but that came after a lot of mistakes and trial and error along the way. The second tip I have for you is to know your lifestyle. Another mistake that I made in my wardrobe for years was buying items that didn't fit my lifestyle. It sounds really ridiculous when I tell you that I continue to buy pencil skirts, heels, blouses, and sheath dresses long after leaving my corporate career to become a stay-at-home mom. But it's a common mistake. Dressy clothes are my very favorite style of clothing. And in that style of clothes, I still knew what I liked. But buying those pieces did not help me with the wardrobe I needed for my everyday life. I still had nothing to wear. And in the Perfectly Put Together course, one of the very first things we address is your lifestyle and what kinds of clothing you actually need for most of your days. Now that I'm honest with myself about what types of clothing I need in my daily life, I have been able to build a wardrobe that I love and I can actually wear every day. And not only that, but when I invest in an item, I know whether it's an everyday item or a special occasion piece, and I factor that into my decision with the cost per wear. And am I going to, get enough wear out of it to justify this purchase? The third thing that's critical for me is you need to know your color palette. Comments and messages on my outfit pictures will say things like, "You look great in every color. Nothing looks bad on you." And I always reply that the only reason it seems that way is because I only wear colors that look great on me. I assure you, there are colors that make me look like I ate something spoiled, that I might faint, or that I just ran a marathon. My skin can range from sickly to pasty to ruddy with a change of the color of my top. And wearing my best colors means I look and feel my best in my clothes. Knowing my best colors not only means my wardrobe is cohesive, everything goes together, but I can confidently invest in items knowing they'll go with everything else in my wardrobe, and I'll look and feel fantastic in them. I was very fortunate that my mom was into Color Me Beautiful when I was a little girl, and I was draped as a winter around the age of 8. I think I'd have to ask her to know for sure. It was before we moved. But I've always known what my best colors were. I deviate, and they're also my favorite colors. They're the colors I'm most drawn to. And I deviated from them during my lost years because I was trying to follow the trends, and my favorite colors and my best colors weren't trending. But once I came back to my best colors, I looked like a totally different person in a good way. And one of the bonuses in PPT is the quick and easy way to find your best colors, because it can be such a game changer. And when you're investing in an item, making sure that it's a color that looks fantastic on you and goes with the rest of your wardrobe will make that an item that you can wear for years to come. The fourth tip is know how to dress your body shape. When you see celebrities who look great in everything, it's not that they look great in everything. It's because their stylists only dress them in clothes that they look great in. Not only do they, if they're doing a good job, put them in their best colors, but they dress them in clothes that work with their body shapes. And last month, we talked a lot about the fact that not all clothing styles are made for all body shapes, and expecting your body to look great in an item of clothing that wasn't made to fit your shape is unfair to you. Imagine trying to park your car in a bike stall. Is there something wrong with your car because it won't fit in that bike stall? No, it's the wrong shape and size of parking spot for a car, but it's perfect for a bike. Both are modes of transportation, but they're shaped differently and they need different parking stalls. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you or your body. Your body is perfect. It's the clothes. And when you find the right clothes, everything is so much easier. It's the same for your body as it is for the car. Find the right clothes that were meant for your body shape. Otherwise, you sit there and wonder, what is wrong with me? Especially when the clothes that are not for your body shape are what's trending, like overall. And you just think, there is something wrong with me because I do not look like that in this. And it's frustrating. When you know the right clothes for your shape, everything is so much easier. And it's easier to recognize it's not me, it's the clothes. And I recently launched a 2-part course called Style Your Silhouette to teach you how to dress for your body shape. And there are so many fantastic aha moments happening in the group right now. I just love it. The doors are currently closed, but you can learn more at stunningstyle.com/society so that the next time the doors open, you'll know whether it's something that's right for you. The 5th step or tip that I have for you is make your own rules. Ever since I saw The Devil Wears Prada 14 years ago, do you know where I'm headed with this? Raise your hand if you know what we're about to talk about. I have been in love with the brown leather jacket that Andy Sachs wears at the end. In love. And I've searched for it off and on over the years. And this fall, I finally found it in my size. And if I followed the rules made up by other people, I wouldn't have bought this jacket. Many color programs out there will tell you that I can't wear brown, but they're wrong. Certain browns look amazing on me. I mean, strangers will stop me to tell me how amazing this color looks on me. It rivals black as my best color. And instead of letting others dictate what is and isn't best for me, I decided to figure it out on my own, and I rediscovered an old favorite. I have always loved a deep, dark, cool, chocolatey brown, and I gave it up for several years, and I would just pine for it. I missed it. I was so sorry that I had let those things go, and I started looking for it again and finding the right ones, and it has just been so nice to have that color, and it's a neutral to boot, back into my wardrobe because you know how much I love neutrals. And honestly, instead of letting others dictate what is and isn't best for me, I've been figuring it out on my own. And there is a gap in my wardrobe I've finally been able to fill with this jacket. I have wanted a brown leather jacket for years. I had one years ago and then it was gone. I couldn't tell you what happened to it. Probably wore out because I wore it so much. And I am so excited to have this jacket back in my wardrobe. I will get so much wear out of it. And if I had let other people create my rules, which honestly I did for a really long time, I wouldn't have been able to truly develop my own personal style. And because so many of you have been following the jacket saga, because when it arrived, it was very badly sun damaged. I found it on eBay, and they didn't mention or show the sun damage. The shoulders had been bleached out. You could see the hanger lines. It was really bad. And I showed it to you, and we discussed whether it could be fixed and should I try to fix it. And it arrived again last night. I had to send it away twice for repair. The first time they sent it back, I honestly don't think they did anything to it. It looked exactly the same. And so we sent it back, and it came back last night or 2 nights ago. So I wanted to share it with you because so many of you have followed this saga with me, and it really kind of did turn into a saga, and you've asked about it. And this was a splurge, not as much of a splurge as the boots, but it was also a risk because I didn't know if it could be fixed. Fortunately, it was. So I was going to show you a few pictures of the jacket I was going to show you a picture of the jacket on Anne Hathaway. Let me see where that one went. I just took a screenshot of it So here it is on Anne Hathaway at the end of the movie. And I'm actually wearing the same outfit today because, of course, I would. Why wouldn't I be anti-sex today? And my jacket came back maybe a little darker than hers, although it's just so hard to tell because, I mean, photo editing and stuff, right? Hers looks a little. Mine never looked that color before. So when they fixed this one, I knew it would be darker, but they took the darkest colors from the inside of where it hadn't been sun damaged. And so I don't know how close it is to the original color. I do know that I love the color and it's cool and the right tone or the right shade for me. So when I got it, it looked like well, here's a picture of me just standing in my mirror in my office trying it on. So you can see there, like it is darker here, but not tons darker. And I took pictures of the damage also. Well, I put it on, actually, here's a picture of it on the floor with my bag, my brown bag that I have. So you can see the bag's a little warmer. It has more red and gold in it. And this is cooler and a little more milk chocolate, which I actually love this color of the bag too. I love, I do. And then the damage. You can see there was a white bleached, like there's a hard line here from the hanger. It was very obvious. Like there was no hiding it at all. But that's what it looked like. And it was on both sides. This was the worst side, I think. Yeah, so you can see how hard that line is there. It wasn't patina. It wasn't natural wear. It was a hanger. And it was obvious. So I'm thrilled to have my investment jacket back. This is something I will get so much wear out of. And it's so classic and it's so me. And it fits all of the things that I was just sharing with you. It's definitely my style. It works with my lifestyle. It works with my color palette. It works with my body shape. And it definitely works with my own personal rules. And I'll show you my boots really quickly. I wore them on a date with my husband the other night. And they're exactly what I've been looking for years. I have been looking for boots just like this. And I will wear them so much. They are so perfect. There is not a single thing about them that I was like, well, I just wish it didn't. Nope, nothing. And so it was worth the splurge and the investment to me. And at this point in my life, because I've got a complete wardrobe and I know all these things and I'm really not looking for anything else in my wardrobe. If I needed more basics, if I needed other things to fill out my wardrobe, then I would not have bought these because I needed other more important things before that. But this was the right time. They were the right boots and I had the budget for them. So I love them. I actually have a free masterclass that can really help you get started on figuring out what you do and don't love. And that's really the first step. So it's called 5 Steps to Find the Right Clothes for You. And it's free. You get a free workbook that comes with it to help you walk through the 5 steps once it's over. So you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the class. And it's about an hour, little over an hour. And it will really get you started on figuring out what you do and don't like and understanding your personal style. So you can sign up for that at stunningstyle.com/masterclass. And so many of you have loved it. It's been such a big help to so many of you. And I love hearing that. I love hearing that it made such an impact on you and figuring out your style. We'll leave the link here if you didn't catch that. And there are times available for whenever works best for you. So let's take a look at the comments. Kathy says, hi from Missouri. Well, hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. Kathy says, you no longer spend on many lower priced duds. You realize a perfect pair of boots is deserved. True, but you can get great stuff without spending a lot. And we're actually going to talk about that next week. How to save on your splurges is next week's style snack. You don't have to spend a lot to get what you want. It just worked out that way this time. And I stopped buying things just because they were on sale a long time ago, because that was a huge mistake that I made. It felt wrong to pass by a good deal. So really, I was just trying to rebuild a wardrobe on a budget, right? And sticking to these lower price points was how I could do it more quickly because I needed it, but it was also an opportunity for me to experiment and try things out with much less investment, if that makes sense. It allowed me to figure these things out on my own at a lower price without such a ding to my account. So, that's a good point though. Like buying things just because they're on sale is a big no-no. And over the last year, we've talked about that a lot too. And I was very guilty, but I gave that up a long time ago. Yeah. Rachel says, I'm getting to the same point with my wardrobe with starting to really feel content with it. I've updated many items and now I definitely buy less. PPTs helped me with this too. Well, Rachel, I love hearing that. And I can honestly say this is totally new for me. I have never felt content with my wardrobe the way I do now. And I had a much bigger wardrobe before, much bigger, packed, but I didn't like it. I bought it because it was on sale or because it was trendy or because, but not, I didn't know what I liked anymore. And now that I do, it's just so nice. It's so nice. I just walk into my closet and they're all my favorites. I love them. And I'm not trying to fill an empty hole in the middle of a mess, if that makes sense. Like it's so satisfying. I'm so glad you're getting there because it's so nice. A Facebook user says, I'm dying over your outfit. Gorgeous. Well, thank you. Which one? This one? I love it. I could wear this every day. I'm just wearing my dark wash jeans and my brown boots with it. But this is just, I'm so content. I could wear this all the time. Maddie says, I get a tingly sort of spidey sense these days when something will be magical. My spidey sense were off for a long time. This is what I've kind of learned. The more I go, over a really special item, the less likely I am to wear it. Because the truth is, I like neutrals. I really love basics. I love a plain black turtleneck sweater and dark wash jeans and neutral boots. Like those are the things that I wear the most, and the things that are like super fancy special. And this is just a me thing. It doesn't mean it's true for other people. I've realized that the more I get all hard eyes in the store over something like that, the less likely it is that I will wear it very often. It's like one of those once in a blue moon items. But that's a lesson I've learned about myself. And that's the kind of lesson that I'm talking about, like knowing myself and knowing my style. I love basics. I love neutrals. I kind of like boring stuff. And I don't apologize for it. I've had people tell me on my outfit pictures that they think my style is boring. And my reply is always, well, boring's kind of my favorite. So thank you. Boring is what I like. So I don't know what you expect me to do with that information. You can wear something else. But yeah, it's what I've learned about myself. Another Facebook user says that jacket, it gave me the hard eyes. I know. You want to see it? I'll stand up. I'll roll back and stand up. Could you die? I could die. I mean, the fit is so good and the style is so me. The leather is so buttery and soft that, I mean, usually I cannot wear a jacket like this, like at my desk doing this and typing. Let's see, it arrived. I got it back on Monday night and I wore it yesterday for half the day sitting at my desk. And I took it off. I was colder. I'm always cold, so I put on something, a warmer cardigan. And then I've had it on all day today sitting at my desk. Just, I normally would not be able to do that in a jacket like this. That would make me crazy, like the constriction. And it's just so buttery soft while still being perfectly fitted and working perfectly for my body shape that it hasn't bothered me in the least. I'm just so happy to sit here and wear it. It's not at all uncomfortable. So you say your name, G. Geraldine. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Ever since you showed us how to figure out our body type, my life has been great. I'm a carrot, and for the past few decades, have been dressing myself in clothes cut for pear-shaped girls. I love those styles, but now I'm thrilled that I'm discovering styles that will do my bod a favor. I love hearing that. Yes. 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 You were, yeah. Oh, I could just say yes 50,000 more times. Absolutely. Clothes that are cut for me are not cut for you. Clothes that are cut for you are not cut for me. And that's okay. There are 5 billion beautiful body shapes in this world. And we don't all fit in the same clothes the same way. Even if you're the same size and height, we're just shaped differently. And wearing clothes that fit your shape, that are meant for your shape, changes everything. You know, I've said this before, but you don't have a muffin top. Nobody has a muffin top. The wrong pants give you the muffin top. And, you know, women complain, I want to get rid of my muffin top. You don't have a muffin top when you wear the right pants. I promise. Anybody, Twiggy, the model from the 60s, could have a muffin top if she wore the wrong pants. Your body is perfect. And I'm so glad that you're finding the clothes that fit you now. It feels so good to wear something that fits you. Nettie says, hello, Nettie. Maddie says, hashtag jacket saga. I know, it's ridiculous. But it did become a thing because it was 14 years of hopes and dreams wrapped up in this one package. And I was so disappointed when I opened it and saw this. I was initially elated, and then I saw the sun damage, and I was so disappointed. And I'm so happy now. So yay. Geraldine, tell me how I should say your name. If I should call you Geraldine, if I should call you by the full thing. I want to say your name right. It says, you look great in that dress. You look great in so many things. Well, thank you. And this goes back to exactly what I was saying about color. I get comments like that. You can wear anything. No, I can't. I mean, I can, but I don't look great in everything. I just choose to wear things I look great in. And there's the difference, right? I cannot wear anything and look great. I can tell you that for sure because I did that for a lot of years, wearing things I didn't look great in and looking terrible and feeling terrible about myself. So I wear things for the most part I mean, I break rules that I feel like breaking. Like I'm not supposed to wear white jeans. It's one of the no-nos, but I like them a lot. That's why I wear them anyway. But overall, I wear things that flatter me. And that's the thing. When you wear things that flatter you, it looks like everything flatters you because that's all people see you in. And so that's kind of the magic. And when, and you'll start to get the same thing. People will start saying, oh, you look so good in everything. That's because you're only wearing things that you look good in. Just like the celebrities. Rachel says, I love the masterclass. It took what I already knew and took it to the next level. Things that I never thought about. Highly recommend. I sent it to my mom and several friends. Thank you so much, Rachel. And honestly, the highest compliment you can ever pay me is sharing my information, my blog posts, my masterclass, any of my other products, if you've used them and love them, with other people. That is the highest compliment. And so Rachel, like that, I appreciate that so much. That is the best thing you could possibly do for me. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Maddie says, opening your closet and seeing all favorites is such a gift. It really is. But it's a gift I've given myself, right? I don't settle. And I've learned all of these things. It doesn't have to be as hard or as time consuming or as expensive for you as it was for me. I mean, I literally spent years and thousands of dollars on mistakes and some wins to figure all of this out. And most people don't have the time, the patience, or the money to do that. And that's why I created the courses so that you could do it much faster and save yourself a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of frustration and mistakes. So it's a gift I've given myself, and I love it. Laura says, oh my gosh, I'm just like that with neutrals and specialty items. I love neutrals. Yeah, I just do. Where other people, I mean, we all need our neutral basics, right? We've talked about how that's the foundation of every outfit and every wardrobe. But for other people, the specials are really what they love the most. And the foundation, the neutral basics are what they tolerate so that they can wear the specials, where I could just wear the neutrals, the neutral classic basics all day, every day, and be really just fine. So it's very individual, but it's nice to have a sister out there. Thanks, Laura. Rachel too. I love neutrals too. It's nice to see someone else who feels that way. Yeah. And like I said, it's not everyone. And just because that's how I feel doesn't mean that's how anybody else has to feel. But if you are that way, then maybe hearing that you're not alone, you can sink into that preference confidently and just be like, yeah, no, this is just me and that's okay. And I can be different. Because I tell my kids, like, if someone's like, so-and-so said I was weird, and I was like, I'm weird. And I love being weird. Because you know what weird means? It means I'm being myself. It means I'm unique. And that's something I really value. So, yeah, I think weird's pretty awesome. And if people think I'm weird because I wear neutrals all the time, that's fine. You can think I'm weird. Lisa says, where did you send it to get it fixed? Was it dyed? So, well, my dad actually did the research and figured this out for me because he's just a champ that way. But there's a local dry cleaner that has a guy in Kentucky. I don't know his name. I don't know the name of his business. I don't know his address. If you want, I can give you the name of the dry cleaners here and you can contact them. And so they shipped it off to him and it was a 3-week turnaround both times. Plus it took me like a month to get over there because it just did. I don't know exactly how he fixed it or what he did. I don't know if he dyed it. I know he conditioned it. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. So if you want the information for the dry cleaner, I'm happy to pass it along. It's Prestige Cleaners in Farragut, which is a suburb of Knoxville, Tennessee. And Miss Johnny is the manager, and you can ask for her. She's the one who handles it. So and she's so nice and so helpful and so fantastic. And when it came back and it wasn't fixed, and I was like, she's like, no, this isn't right, we're sending it back. And I was like, thank you. She was the very first one to be like, nope, it's going back. So they're awesome. Okay, just G. Just call you G. All right, I'll call you G. Laura says, who makes that amazing jacket? It's Vince. And it's, 14 years old, so you're not going to find it in a store. A Facebook user says, I crave color and am drawn to prints all the time. I love and appreciate your style, but I know that it won't quite work for me. I'm looking forward to seeing examples from women in the Facebook groups who pull off a soft style with patterns and still dress classy and look put together. Yeah. And I'm so glad that you know that about yourself, because the point is not for everyone to dress like me at all. And the point is for you to figure out what you love. And knowing that you crave color and you're drawn to prints is such critical information that helps you. So, I hope that you can I hope that in the groups you do start to see more of that. I hope, that's why it's so important to share in this community. You think that no one is going to learn something from what you have to offer, and I promise you that they will. Somebody out there is waiting to connect with you over style and see that there's someone else that loves what they love, or to inspire each other. It's so fun when you find your style doppelganger, and we've had several people in my community find their style doppelgangers, and then they really support each other and give each other ideas and inspire one another. And even someone whose style isn't exactly like yours may be incorporating elements that you're like, okay, that may not be exactly in my color palette, but I really like that pattern, or I like how she paired these colors, and I could put those colors together, my version of them, so everybody has something to offer, and I hope more and more of you will share. Lori says, will you talk about the wardrobe guides you offer seasonally for wardrobe options? Sure. So 4 times a year, I open the doors to the Stunning Style Society, and that is it's a membership that includes the classic wardrobe guides. And in this specific case, this is the only one of my products that's very style specific. Perfectly put together. The Find Your Style course is all about you finding your personal style. There's no agenda. I'm not trying to convince you to like or do anything. It's very much absolutely only about you, and each of you will have a different experience. And then the wardrobe guides are specific to classic style and a winter color palette. Like if you are familiar with the seasonal color analysis, it's my style, my color palette. It's what I love and wear. But then, so I shop the internet. I order all the things, and I choose 30 to 40 pieces to be part of a collection. And I create a collection for the season. And then I take those items and I create 100 outfit templates. And I put them on a monthly calendar. So you don't even have to pick your outfit for the day. There's an exclusive shopping portal just for members. And in the shopping portal, there are options under each of those featured pieces or core pieces. There are 5 to 10 options to help you get the one that suits you. And so even though this is for women who love classic style, who love this color palette, we all still wear these outfit templates differently, because we're incorporating our own classic style twist, we're shopping our closets, we're mixing it up and wearing it in a way that's perfectly us. And so my version of these outfits is edgy classic, and others are cute classic or soft classic or sporty classic or even more minimal than me. But we each make it our own. We do have members who wear other color palettes and they adapt it to their own color palette, but I don't specifically shop for other color palettes. And then throughout the season, we talk about how to make this classic style that you love feel unique and special and just like you. And so for me, minimal classic style, although that's primarily what I love, if I stick to just minimal classic, I don't feel quite right because I have a razor sharp edge to me and I need that to show up in my outfit. And so details like, well, like today, I'm wearing these stabby, all my earrings are stabby. I wear stabby jewelry. My accessories are usually edgy. Even in my sweater, I'm not going to give you a close up of my chest. I don't know how to make you be able to see this very well, but there's a diamond pattern on my sweater that you probably can't see. And then the cuffs have zippers. So even this wardrobe basic has edgy details that tell my style story. And sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're more overt, but it's always there. I need that to feel like me, where most members or a lot of members of the society don't wear the edgy details. They might wear something like a neat structured bow, or they might prefer some sporty details and their sweater might have a hood on it instead. They might choose a sweater with a softer neckline if they're a soft classic. So we all wear it differently. And yeah, so the doors for spring will open again next month, and it only opens for 9 days every season. So if you want to know more about it, you can go to stunningstyle.com/society to learn more, and you can join the waiting list to be the first to know when it launches. So let me know if that answered your question, Lori. That's a lot of information. That was kind of a bullet point list. And we'll talk more about it in the coming weeks as we get closer to the society launch. But if you have any other questions, let me know. Hi, it's Marianne. Hi, Marianne. Is the leather of the beautiful brown jacket the same type of leather as your black moto jacket? It's well, do you mean, let's see. Well, this is softer. My black moto jacket is still soft, but not as soft as this. So it doesn't say lambskin. I don't know if it is. It just says leather on the tag. That's what I'm looking at, if you can't tell. It doesn't say what kind of leather this one is. It's softer. I would not sit at my my black one is also soft, but not the same way this one is. And I wouldn't sit at my desk and type all morning in my black one. That would pull in my shoulders like this. I mean, I'm not going to lift weights in this, right? And side note, I used to sell expensive men's suits, and these men would come on and put on jackets that were like 5 sizes too big. And I'd be like, let me help you get into the right size. And I'd hand them the right size. And they'd be like, no, this is just too small. I can't do this in it. And I would just go, if you need to do this, you need to take off your jacket. Your jacket isn't meant to do that. And so my black jacket isn't meant to do that either, and neither is this. But like even with my black one sitting like this and typing, it would start to get, it would just feel pulley. It would pull. I would feel that. This just has this leather has a little more stretch and give to it, but it's very tailored in the cut. So I would say it's different. But I love my black one too. They're just different jackets. Does that answer your question? Maybe not. Another Facebook user says, I just signed in. The jacket looks amazing. Well, thank you. I don't think it's quite the exact color that maybe it was originally. The original listing, I have that picture too. I can show you of what it looked like on the retailer website, just on a model. And it's darker and cooler than what it looks like on Anne Hathaway in that screenshot. Hers looks like a cross between mine and Anne Hathaway's. I can't just call her Anne, you know. She's Anne Hathaway. We're not on a first name basis yet. So hers looks a little lighter than mine, but definitely darker and less golden than Anne Hathaway's jacket does. But I feel like mine looks similar. So I'm quite pleased with it. Quite pleased indeed. Karen says the brown looks like lamb leather. It feels like lambskin. It's whatever it is. It's buttery soft, and I love it. Lori says, just one more question. Will the wardrobe guide be winter palette, or spring colors? It's always the winter color palette, always. And that's one of the things that the members love about it is, you know, just like I said, in this, you need to know your color palette. I never deviate from that color palette, ever. So season to season, you know that you're building a cohesive wardrobe that goes together. The color palette that I used last season and the season before that and last year and 2 years ago is cohesive, and it all goes together. So it may not be the exact identical pink, but it's the right pink family, if that makes sense. And that's why I order everything to check it and make sure that the color is right, because I can't tell you how many times I was so excited to get something that I had ordered thinking it was a definite, and to open it up and be like, did they send me the wrong item? And then I would go back and look at my receipt, and I'd look at the color name on the receipt, and I'd look at the color name on the tag, and be like, I cannot believe, like, this is not anywhere near what it looks like online. Happens all the time. And that is why I order it all. A Facebook user says, I cannot wait for the replay of this. My job gets in the way of my fun some days. I wanted to hear about the Splurges. Well, as soon as we're done, it'll be available, and it'll also be up on the website later today or tomorrow, and you'll be able to watch it there. So I'm excited that you're excited. Linda says, this is the first time I've listened to you live, but I can't think of a question. Well, that's okay. I'm glad that you joined us. And I'm here every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So you can ask me your questions next week. I'm happy to answer. Linda says, how do I learn my color palette? I've been told I'm warm. Well, in the Perfectly Put Together course, one of the bonuses is the quick and easy way to find your best colors. And so I have that resource for you. And you can learn more about the course by going to stunningstyle.com forever-perfectly-put-together stunningstyle.com/ did I say that? We'll add the link here, but that is why I put together that resource for you. Kathy says, hi Kathy, I'm glad you joined us. So Anyway, I'm so glad that you joined me today. This is always so much fun. I look forward to Wednesdays and chatting with you, and I have just been dying to show you my jacket. And because I know so many of you have been following the jacket saga, hashtag jacket saga, as Maddie put it. And I wanted to finish the story for you so that you could see how it came out. And I'm really pleased. And so expect to see this often. I'm so excited to wear it. It was raining Monday and yesterday, and so I just wore it in the house because I wasn't going to take it outside in the rain. But I might have to go somewhere today. I've worn it all day today, so maybe I'll get to wear it out of the house today. I have to take my kids somewhere. So, okay, the link to the Perfectly Put Together course is now in the comments if you want to know more about that and the quick and easy way to find your best colors bonus. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here every Wednesday for these style snacks at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I hope you will join me again next week because we will be talking about how to save on your splurges. Because like I said, it doesn't always have to be a budget buster. And there are definite ways to get the investment pieces that you want so that they fit into your budget. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you soon.